Hello everybody, this is Scott, and I'm going to be doing something different, and I'm going to be answering a question, whether, it was like a more of a political-based question, but I'm not going to look at it that way. It was Snowden a traitor, or was he a hero? This has been circulating for quite a long time, and I've just been pondering it on where I stand. Did he do the right thing? Let's just answer that. Some people will say yes, some people will say no. Let me ask you this. In the scenario of someone releasing that information but had no outside effect, the outside world outside the United States would have no effect, would it still be bad? No one else knew but the American people and the American citizens. Would it be bad then? Let me think. The American people generally have the right to know. There's some things that they should know. Um, Knowing that the government's constantly sure that they're banning us, that's something that I think they should allow us to do. We should have the right to know. Some people are going to say, oh, it's for national security, yada, yada, yada. Yes, I agree, for national security. But when you're not giving us, when you're not telling us that you're doing this, that's where the issue comes in. It wasn't the fact that they were doing it that annoyed the American people. It was the fact that they didn't tell any of us that they were doing it. That was the problem with it. And then was Snowden a traitor? Snowden, by law, is a traitor. He has committed a crime against the United States by releasing information and possibly passing it off. He's possibly been passing it off to other countries. We don't know all the specifics, but getting out government secrets to announcing it to the public in general, not a smart idea. Against the law. It is against the law, and therefore you will be punished for it. Unless he gets to his asylum, he will be punished. That's where that stands. I don't want to give into a more political side, nor do I wish to start a political debate. But the fact remains that if it's a law, you get punished. People are going to say, no, he doesn't deserve to be punished. The fact is, there was a law in place. Clearly states, you can't do this you can't give away government secrets. Alright, that's not what it says, but it's about what some of the most intelligent things come out of our country's government. But as far as what he did, yes, it was illegal, and he deserves to be punished. Breaking the law, even if you believe it was a good idea, is still breaking the law. Everyone has to follow a set of rules. Now, what he should have done is that he had the information, and that he would announce it to everyone. The problem was the way he did it. It was maniacal. He basically did it in a way of he announced it to everyone, it took off. Snowden was gone. And, he just left. Who knows what he'd be doing with it? He gave it over to WikiLeaks. WikiLeaks does the information, and no one can force them to get away with it. No one can force them to get rid of it. But, yes, Snowden did it in the worst way to do it. He should have gone and gotten basically almost like a protest started, to where the American people would have this information, but they wanted to protest to make sure the government were the ones to announce it. Having Snowden go out, release all this information, and take off, that makes him the bad guy. Now, if you got people that worked at the NSA with him, and they worked together to basically, if they were working together to basically just combine what they knew and threaten it, almost use it as a threat and say, we will announce it and give it to pass it over, unless you give us information, because the government can't take away their passports unless they've committed a crime. They have done no wrongdoing. It was a threat, and it was a form of protest, and they're legally protected by their freedom of speech. So, yes, that's what he should have done. The way he did it was wrong. Snowden was clearly not that bright in what he was planning to do, and taking off like that was just dumb. The reason that the government has been paying a little attention is because if you've noticed in recent times, there's just been tons of stuff going off right now. TSA has been having issues with worker misconduct. explosions. There's been like three train crashes in like the past week in Europe. The some other guy leaker, I don't remember what his name was, man or something. I can't remember what he was called. Oh no. Some other leaker is gonna probably be sent to life in, well, not life in prison, but he'll rot in prison. And that's just why no one's been paying attention to it. Then we have the George Zimmerman trial. It it's just what they've been doing was Snowden knew what he was getting into. He just didn't think it all the way through. Snowden was clearly had the plan made. He knew where he was going to go. He knew how to get away. He knew where to hide. But the problem was is that he did it in such a poor manner that now he's the bad guy. And unless he can't fix himself, he's done. Snowden has one chance, and it's either he has two things. You can either live in asylum, or you will rot in prison for the rest of your life. He's going to take the chance with the asylum. Because, I mean, logically, you have one chance of getting away free. And either way, you're not going to face the death penalty. If they catch you, you're caught. If they don't catch you, you're home free. But you'll still save, I believe his current terms are, as long as he comes back, regardless, maybe even if he's caught, he will not get the death penalty. And that was my thoughts on the Snowden. So thank you very much for watching, and try to keep all emotions out of your choices. Don't be influenced on your political party. Don't be influenced on what you think was right. So just think about that. Could he have done it a smarter way? So thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.